Hey everybody, Brian with the Lost Project, and this video we will be installing our skirting for the RV for underneath the camper, between the camper and the ground, trying to get that sealed up a little bit because we're going to spend some time in the cold this winter. So stick around, we will tell you all about the project and show you how installation goes. All right, everybody. So over the next few days, Corey and I are going to be installing a skirting around the camper. We decided to hang out in Tennessee this winter. We might be picking up property here, doing some off-grid stuff here, and wanted to experience what it's like around the winter, and realized that if we seal up the bottom of the camper, it will help keep it a little warmer inside. We've already had a cold snap here, got down into the mid-20s overnight. We were okay, we were comfortable, but I think sustained, we're going to want that sealed up. We're going to want to be able to throw some heat down there if we want. But from my understanding, just getting that sealed up will help the heat from being sucked out of the cavity of the camper and keep it a little warmer. So we don't necessarily plan on spending a ton of time in the cold after this winter. We didn't want to dump a bunch of money into custom skirting and things like that. We looked around on the net and we found a skirting option, a DIY method that cost the people that I saw it from. I'll try to look them up and get a link for them in the video notes. But it cost them between $200 and $300. We were comfortable with about that cost. We're hopefully going to have this installed for less than $200, and that includes getting the tool to put the grommets in the tarp. We get to keep that for future use, and then a lot of the hooks will be reusable. So yeah, with that, I will show you what we picked up to do the project. We will take you through all the steps of how we install it and how that goes, and what worked for us and what didn't. So stick around for all of that. We'll walk through it. Yeah, so here we go. We'll go with day one in just a minute. All right, welcome to day one. So the kind of process that we're thinking for today, we're going to try to get through as much as we can, and then we'll wrap up and talk to you guys about what we did. We'll try to get some far back video of watching us work, but plan today is to get exact measurements, get them down on paper, and get that all laid out, and a plan formulated for breaking down the tarp. One of the things we did to save money is buy a big tarp, and we're going to cut that down to custom size ourselves. So we're going to get some measurements. We're going to then get our Amazon stuff that we ordered to do the project and the tarp opened up, and we'll see where we go from there. So let's get started getting everything measured out, and then we'll let you know how that goes. So we just got done measuring. Corey and I went back and forth and had to make some decisions. The tarp we bought is 20 foot by 24 foot. So we were deciding how we wanted to cut it up. We measured the different sections of the camper, where we kind of wanted our overlaps to be, how much coverage we needed to have because the ground here is not level, and it's about in the back of the camper as extreme a grade as we would ever be on. So we're kind of basing that on the maximum we'd ever have to cover if we needed to use this again. We also took into consideration some different corners we have to mess around with, some difficulties with the steps and the frame on the front of the trailer that we're gonna have to cut some slits into, and that's usually pretty close to the ground from our experience where we've parked. So we took all that into consideration. We decided that we're going to cut the tarp up, I guess that would be the short way, 20 foot lengths, and we're going to cut out four 5-foot sections and a 4-foot section, 20 foot long. Then we're going to start in the back side of the camper here. We're going to wrap around the back, around all the slides, and then end up here on the back side of the steps. So we're going to get everything opened up here. I will film that. I'll show you what we got. I will talk a little bit about it. There'll always be links for the things we got in the video description and sometimes up on the screen here. I think it'd be on that side. And yeah, so here we go. We'll get this stuff opened and we'll get to work. All right, let's get all the supplies that we got for this project. We did order everything. I guess we're gonna use some cleaner, some vinegar and paper towels. We didn't have to order that to just clean off the side. But as far as the tarp, the hooks to hang it up, the grommet tool to put the grommets in, and that's about all we're gonna use. I guess we are gonna use some tent stakes that we have and possibly some wood to pin down the tarp on the bottom. The couple that we got the idea from use tent stakes and grommets on the bottom to pin it down. But we are on what used to be, I think, a gravel pad, and when we try to put in tent stakes, they just bend in half. So we're going to try to do a little mix. We have some heavier duty tent stakes. We didn't want to put the money into buying a bunch more, so we're going to use some wood we have laying around, some logs, some bigger logs to weigh it down. But let's get this open. We went with a reused billboard tarp material, a thicker, I think it's a 9mm 11 ounce or 9 ounce 11 mil. I'm not sure which way that went, but it's the thicker vinyl. It was explained in the video and the blog post that I read that it isn't necessarily about the R value or the insulating value of the skirting. It's more blocking the wind and stopping that draft into the bottom of the floor. So let's open up this tarp. I will put the company in the video description that we got it from, but we were able to pick up a 20 by 24 heavy duty tarp for about 125 bucks, including shipping. They shipped it up here. It was here in like 3 days, I think. I ordered it and it just showed up real quick, and I haven't even opened it. Just been waiting to do this video. But yeah, that's it's gonna be a nice heavy duty tarp. About 15-20 pounds, I think it said on the shipping for this size, but just black and white, very thick. I think it'll last really nice. It's that vinyl rubberized on one side. One side's white, one side's black. We didn't get, I think this is a cover, so it doesn't have advertising on it. They did have limited sizes of the actual older advertising, older advertising style. We didn't go with that, but 125 bucks here, and then to Amazon to get the tool to put the grommets in and the command hooks to hang it up. We went with the grommet tool kit where you don't have to put the holes in, so we weren't going to have to mess around with like a backer and a hammer and all of that. You can do that with this tool, but it is designed to punch right through. It comes with a ton of grommets. From what I understand, I think there's enough to do the project here. It didn't really have a specific amount. It was like 500, and I didn't know if that was whole or half grommets because you use 2 pieces. We'll find out. We can order them real quick if we run shy. But then, I don't know if you can see that. I guess it opens this way. Then a nice heavy duty wrench to pop those in and pop the hole through it as you're going through. And then it does come with the tools to actually punch the hole if needed. And if we find that this isn't working good enough, we will figure out how to do it. But what we envision as we go around is putting a hook up, holding up the tarp, and then lining up the hook and marking the hole, hanging it. So there's some more there's the hooks we're going to use. We got plenty of these. We have I think 115 hooks. So on the side of the camper, pop hole, put the grommet in, go from there. All right, so the plan is we're gonna have to get this tarp all unfolded, laid out, measured, and cut. It'll cut with a scissor, no problem. We'll get that done. Then we will start laying things out, cleaning the side of the camper, getting some hooks on, and getting grommets in, and getting some of these pieces up on the camper. So, see you in a bit. All right, so we got the tarp laid out here. We found our 20-foot length, our 24-foot length. We looked at all the edges. It looks like this edge we're going to start from seems pretty square, pretty straight. So basically we're going to take a Sharpie, we're going to measure 5 foot in and keep taking and make marks along the side, and then cut with just some plain old scissors. So we'll put it on time lapse here. You can watch us work, and we'll get it done as fast as we can and get moving on to the next step. Fold the edge of the tarp over about 2 inches. We got a little template piece of cardboard under there that we're using to measure, and some paper clips. We're going to get it all folded over even across the whole tarp, and then we're going to start putting grommets in and hang it on the camper as we go around and do one 20-foot section at a time. So we're going to get this folded over and start getting the grommets put in. All right, started day 2. What we have done so far, we got that tarp cut up. We got hooks started hanging around. Yesterday, got a little bit of video you've watched, and but I'm gonna give you a tour around and see what we got going on and give you the to-do list for today. Hopefully we're gonna wrap up today. We might have to go and get some supplies and just really button things up later in the week, but we'll see. Anyway, what we have going on right now, let me turn this around. All right, Corey's getting the last 2 tarps folded over. We've been folding over 2 inches and then putting the grommets to it through a double layer on the top so they don't rip out depending on how windy it gets. Good morning, Corey, how are you? And so we got 2 of those left. We got 3 of the tarps put up on the camper yesterday. So we started there. We figured this will be a nice, a good entry point and storage area because it's nice and deep under there. Get things out of the elements and maybe out of the back of the truck a little bit. And so we came around here, started off with this really tough spot doing the bumper. We had to go around the bumper. Still gonna have to seal that up, I think, just some duct tape, and made it around. And then we jogged around all the slides. We still have to pull it tight on the bottom, but we got all the way around. And we got up to the front. So we got those 3 tarps put on. We stopped at the front here. I got to get to work and get that all cleaned up. That's just leftover dirt from one of our trips. And I got to get that cleaned up while Corey gets the edges folded up over there. And then we're going to start back where we started from yesterday. Come across here. The next one's going to end around there somewhere. And then we'll finish off with the front. And then we're going to get underneath and try to pull everything tight and weight it down on the bottom side. So watch day 2. We'll see you soon. Alright, just wanted to take a second to show you how to use this grommet tool that we got. So it comes with 2 different style of, or 2 different pieces of the grommet. One has this little stem on it, and then the other these flat rings. These flat rings like stack together like crazy, so a lot of times you'll get more 2, 3, 4. But what you're going to do, these are magnetic, so you're going to take the grommet, you're going to put it in here. Sometimes it gets a little wonky, wants to stick to the other side, especially with these things. You're going to take that with the hump part down. It kind of fits into the groove there. And of course it didn't like flip up, but sometimes this will flip up halfway and stick to the top one. You just got to kind of get it smashed down in there. They should stick fairly well. How we're doing this, we're pulling this tight. We're looking where the hook lines up. So then I'm going to drop it down. I go all the way in and squeeze, and it crimps it on both sides. And you can see there where we had been overlapping at 2 inches, so it's going through 2 ply of the tarp. So then it hangs on, and we move on to the next one. So just wanted a quick, I think it's super easy to use. I'll do a review video for it after, but I wanted to show you how we use it in this video in case you were wondering. So we randomly went around the camper and randomly decided to do the direction and length we did with the tarps. And when we got to the end, we were that close to a hook that we had already just put in line between just one of the gaps, and that was the end grommet that we finished on, so we didn't have to put an extra hook on or put more grommets in. So I don't know, just a little luck there. We're gonna get buttoning this up. We're going to get under the camper. Corey's going to get under the camper. I'm going to hand her stuff to weight it down, and we're going to kind of pull it taut and fold it over in the bottom and set some totes and some wood and other things around to keep it tight. So we'll get that done, and then we'll wrap up this video. All right, well, we got it all done. We got it all buttoned up and weighted down on the inside with a bunch of logs that we were going to split up and use for the wood stove, but this was more pressing now. It's not going to be that cold, so we have plenty of time to go get some more wood and get that taken care of. But got everything buttoned back up. Walk around, show everything here. I wanted to mention, I looked up, and the name of the website I found this idea on was rvinspirations.com. I will put that in the show notes. There's a shower, and as a bonus, Corey got to put up all her Christmas lights already for the RV. You can kind of see them there, but since we were putting the hooks up on the side anyway, we put up a few more and strung all our solar Christmas lights out. So she got early Christmas, and the skirting got all done. And we got all the way around and all sealed up. All right, so we got this project all done. Corey and I talked about it. I think we got about 8 hours of labor into it, $186, but we also got the grommet tool and a bunch of grommet pieces left over, so we have that as backup tools to redo grommets here, do things in the future. And we also have a bunch of these hooks that we use to secure the skirting to the side, and they seem to be working pretty good. We decided to do Christmas lights with them while we were out here. We had all the supplies out. We stuck up Christmas lights. So I will definitely do a how-to video with this in the future and a review, so keep an eye out for that. Be sure to like and subscribe, and then also we will let you know how these hooks fare if they work out. Links for both of these are in the description. If you just want to go ahead and order them up and use them on Amazon, we'll get a little credit when you use our affiliate links. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, like and subscribe, follow along. I got a bunch more RV maintenance to do for the winter before we get winter here in Tennessee, and then keep up to date on how it goes with the new skirting, if we see any difference inside in heating the camper. So thanks for watching, and we will talk to you soon.